Hello viewer, it's digger time again. So Karl's back with us, and this time he's digging out the base for the concrete pad for what we call the vestibule. It's basically half of the toilet block. So the first thing is going to be a trench along the side here and along the edge there, which will be for the footings. But at the moment Karl is digging out what will be the base of the slab. So as we get around, you can see what is going to be the slab down there. So there'll be a wall from the far side of that doorway up to here, back along here, and you can see where the footing is going to be on the ground here. And there'll be another trench along the side here, which will be for the outside of my faux colombage wall. So we'll just let Karl get on with his digging. He let me have a go on the digger to try and move soil from down there up to the pile up there. So you've got two joysticks, you've got a foot control, and it's kind of like rubbing your tummy and patting your head at the same time, because you are moving things all over the place in different directions with both your hands at the same time. Really quite a skill. Hats off to the guy. Okay, I'll leave you with the other camera just to watch as it goes along. Karl has now filled up his trailer and moves the trailer to the higher ground where he's going to build the soakaway for the septic tank, so that he can then deal with all of that work all in one go. So the trailer is attached to the digger, and the digger, having a fair amount of power, is pushing it up the hill towards the pig pen, and then past the pig pen, past the bread oven, and he's creating this pile by the cherry tree. Give the trailer a tap with the digger bucket, give it a wiggle, empty it out, on to do the next one. So we have a laser, and he's used the laser to set a datum as the top of that stone step. The top of that stone step is almost exactly the same height as the floor of the bathroom, what will be the bathroom in there, except for this sill, which is higher. So with the datum being this stone step, that and the floor, that'll be a level. So what he's done is he's worked 5 mil below that is going to be the level of the concrete, because we'll put self-leveling compound on top. So from 5 mil below that step, 30 centimeters below that is where we are here. So with that being the case, effectively 30.5 centimeters to the top of the step, that's what the laser receptor is set for. And the laser receptor works from the laser. So you just walk around, stand the pole on the ground. When the laser goes a solid beep, that means you're bang on. If you're off by some millimeters, then you get a set of arrows either below or above to tell you whether you're several millimeters or some millimeters below or above. So the floor that we've got here now is within 3 millimeters of the finished position that we need it to be in several places. So now he's going to finish off digging to the edge of that wall and creating the squared edges that we need. Then I can fill it in with hardcore. See him up in the distance there, emptying out his trailer. So once we've finished the edging here, I can then smash up the concrete in this upper plinth here into hardcore. So the hardcore comes out of there because we need to get rid of it, and it gets laid in here, tamped down, and that forms our base. Then we have sand, damp-proof membrane, concrete pad above that. Oops, the laser's beeping at me. That's the job. And then later on, after lunch, Karl is going to do the digging out of the writer's shed. You can see a pile of wood up there in the distance, which is where the writer's shed was broken down, and the floor is a load of crazy paving, really. It's stones, and he'll move those to one side and then dig out exactly the same as we've got here. That's the plan. This is the floor of the writer's shed is coming up. So we want to keep the stones, and Karl's just deciding on a place to put them. So Karl's been digging, and his colleague marked it out. So the old shed was a little over 5 meters by about 2.5 meters. So they've dug a pit which is 5 by 2.5. Pretty good. So it's the same 30 centimeters deep at that end. But because there's a slope, this end isn't 30 centimetres deep, so we'll put shuttering up at this end so that when we fill it with concrete, this concrete will be slightly above ground level, and that will be, well, this will be more above ground level than that is. That will be just fractionally above ground level. Fantastic. And we've got all this nice brown earth either side, which, that's good growing earth, hopefully, so that can be redistributed around the place, and we can grow things in it. Who knows? Karl also very kindly removed 2 tree stumps, which were there and there. 2 tree stumps which were in the ground, which I would have had a hell of a time trying to get rid of, and he very kindly hoiked those out for us. So now he's got a huge pile of probably clay over there, which when he does the soakaway, he can redistribute. So the soakaway is a 4 meter wide by 15 meter long bed, which is right the way diagonally in the middle there. So it slopes down. So the pump will come from the septic tank, which is under that roof over there. They'll be pumped up here to the start of the soakaway, and then it'll just filter its way downhill into a gravel and sand bed, which is fine. And there's Karl and his colleague doing a little bit more. They're going to now do, hopefully, the footings trenches by the side of the that back room, that vestibule, lobby, bathroom, block, whatever. So if he can do trenches, then I can start filling it with hardcore. We can pour concrete in the trenches. That will be deep, deeper than the floor, and then it'll form a side for the floor to be poured into. Excellent. So here we have the pad dug out. On the far side, it's dug out as far as the footings need to go, but the footings need to go down an extra 15 centimetres. And on this side, it's the same. It's dug out as far as the footings go. And you come down to the wall here, that bit needs to be dug out for the footings. But that all there has been levelled out to 30.5 centimetres below the level of the top of that step. So that gets us finished, ready to put in the hardcore, smashed up concrete, etc. So the final job for the day was to do a trench along the side and along this edge here and along the sides of the floor area to use for footings, so they're deeper than the rest of it. And he's getting close to being done. So this is the end of the day. We've got a deep trench here, which goes into the same depth of, same bottom of the trench, there and all the way around the side. So that's for the footings. And then the actual floor area is correct as to the, for the correct in relation to the datum, which is that step. And then I've got to dig out the continuation of the trench up to the wall here, because it's now getting on for 8:30 and he had to go home. Dearie me. Just a day's work, so I'd say it's pretty good for a day's work. Alrighty, that's the end of our day. Hope to see you again soon. Bye for now.